Oh man, that Avengers Infinity War movie was, um, to put it lightly, it was amazing. It was one of the best movies that I have seen in a long time. They had represented Thanos very well. His motives were very well. You could kind of sympathize with him as a character. He is a very well made character of a bad guy. The only thing I was missing that I wish they would have really put in there was Lady Death. I don't think it would have been any more out of place or strange than how what the movie was about. Um, Detail wise, if I had to name the list of the amount of people who died in the movie, it would take me a while. That's how many people die in that movie. I mean, they really represented the comic book in that aspect. I mean, it doesn't follow it like detail by detail, like on each page, but the movie is just, it's amazing. It is very amazing. I mean, like if you go during matinee time, like where it's only like $5 and you're spending not that much money to watch it during the day, it is worth the money to go watch this movie. It's it's by far one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. I haven't seen any. Very few DC movies that were this good. The more recent Batman, um, that Batman trilogy, not the new one. I mean, I like the new. I don't mind Ben Affleck as Batman, but it always seems like they leave out some kind of thing that Batman can do. Like Batman's supposed to be super intelligent. He knows all the martial arts, fighting styles. He's a super smart detective. He's he's he has his business. He has his gadgets. But there's just something they always seem to leave out. Um, Whenever they're making like a Batman movie. I'm trying to think of what they left out in the Dark Knight trilogy. Oh, his fighting style. Like it seems like in these Batman movies, um, you would think like Batman would have these amazing fighting style abilities, like martial arts abilities, because he's supposed to know every single type of fighting style. But usually, when you see it in like the movie, like the Dark Knight trilogy, or like the newer one, is just a very basic type of boxing or some type of mixed, similar type of um, simple martial arts. But Batman, you would think that they would represent it a lot better than what they do. That the technology and his very smart detective skills, like if they could combine those and make a movie about Batman with that, that'd be amazing. But talking about Infinity War. Oh, holy shit! There was so much going on in that movie, and I think I would have to go watch it again so I can pick up on every single thing that was happening. There was so much that happened in that movie. It was that good. Um, Spider-Man, like I'm talking about spoilers. Spider-Man, he finally gets his special suit where the tractable, like in the comic book, the arms, the legs, the extra the legs in the suit. That was fucking cool. Tony Stark's new Iron Man suit is pretty badass. Um, the facts like whenever Thanos finally gets all the stones, the gems in his gauntlet, and he's able to snap his fucking hand, his doing that with the glove. The gloves like makes him powerful, like the gods. He just snaps his finger, completely wipes out like half half of the population. His idea about kind of behind that they hint around is like he likes kind of the balance of like if there's too many people, there's far too much in population terms. He wants to kind of level that out, and so that's in his mind. He's kind of like doing that himself whenever he wipes out half the population of the universe. Gamora, like his daughter, that he like kidnapped her from like one of the planets that he was fucking up. He was killing off a lot of the civilization on that planet, and he took the little girl, and in his mind he was saving her because she would have died along the rest of them that he killed or had killed, and to him and in his mind it wasn't fucked up that he killed a bunch of her people right in front of her, but took her. And then like later on in this movie at the same time he had to this is spoiler talk, so some weird cloaked figure that he had to go to this planet. He finally figured out where the stone was, and he was torturing the other sister to get Gamora to talk, and so she finally confesses, and so they go to this other weird looking planet. I mean, there was a lot of beautiful architectural. I mean, even the scenery was amazing. They went to this other planet though, and there's this cape figure like kind of floating around. And back in the movie, whenever Red Skull disappears, he winds up at this planet like in the middle of nowhere, and he's just like this hooded figure. He's kind of floating. He's this weird type of presence, and he's like talking to Thanos. He's talking about how he was holding the stone, and it caused that to happen to him. And he said, "You'll have to sacrifice something close to you that you love if you want the Soul Stone." I was like, "Holy shit! This is so fucking amazing, so fucking good." The movie, just saying it's good or saying it's amazing is just not like enough credit to how good that movie was. I mean, and I'm sure it took a lot of work and a lot of effort to make that movie. To combine all those different superheroes' powers and shit. Just amazing. Like, the work on it that was done is amazing. Something else I noticed, it was crazy. Whenever everybody was disappearing, Nick Fury, well, I guess Red Skull, talk about Red Skull for a second. It was like he was the captive of that planet looking over the stone. And so Thanos, that's right, Thanos, he had to sacrifice something. So he sacrificed Gamora. I don't know why he didn't try to sacrifice Red Skull, but Red Skull's not close to him, so it wouldn't have worked. So I guess, to him, he said he had to sacrifice something he loves, and he loves Gamora as his daughter. He sees her like as his daughter. So whatever he sacrificed her to get the power of the Soul Stone. That was fucked up. I was like, holy shit. So many people died. So many people died. Superheroes. It's insane. It's just crazy how much shit happens. Yeah, it was better. It was far better than what I thought it was going to be. The amount of I thought they were going to go with like kid gloves or some Disney shit in this movie, but no, they actually did a really well made movie, and Thanos fucked some shit up, and I'm extremely happy about that. Why couldn't they have done this type of dedication to the Star Wars movies? I don't understand. ridiculous. Something else that makes strange is the God of War game it doesn't seem to be like open world, kind of like some of these other games. But I'm trying to think, there's so much that happened in the movie. I'm trying to think of all the different things that happened in it. So a lot of crazy shit happened in that movie. Thor gets his new hammer axe. I think it's called Therm. I forget what he said the name of it was called, but so much shit happened in that movie. Holy crap. It's hard to remember all that different stuff in the movie, but I would say rating that movie, that I would either give it a 1 out of 10. I would either have to go with a very high 9 or 10 because that movie was really good. Yeah, that's what my initial rating would be. My thoughts. I will have to collectively think about this. Let it set in, because there's just so much people died. Like you got a lot of them that I didn't think were gonna die, just straight up vanished. Whenever he used the gauntlet. Good. I think he got. I want to say he got all the stones too. Well, from the comic book, if they're following the comic book pretty closely, which they're loosely following it, the other ones obviously come back because he gets bored and he wanted them to come back, from my understanding. So he just snaps his finger. He can make them. He can bend reality. He can stop. He can change time. Like whenever Vision dies, right? Scarlet Witch kills Vision to stop him from getting the stone, from getting that deal in his head from the stone. And so Thanos sees what happens. He uses his gauntlet because he has the one that controls time from Doctor Strange. And he fucking... well, I mean, it would be ridiculous if they didn't make another movie because they leave it off where they show Nick Fury, and Nick Fury sees what's going on. Everyone's vanishing, so he drops this device, and the device has the symbol of I think her name is, that used to be a guy, Captain Marvel, or where the fuck her name is, and so he's signaling her as in, to come help because the shit's going down. I would imagine Marvel, as much money as it makes, because I think from somebody told me it already broke the record sales. It's broken, like Star Wars Episode 7 was #1. Yeah, I think she used to be a man, and then for some weird reason, like I think magically she got turned into a female, and I don't know if they were going to change her back or not, but as far as I'm aware, I thought she used to be a male, and through some kind of magic or some shit, she got turned into a female. Well, I mean, I'll look at like other YouTubers. Some of them go over comic book movies, and they talk about all these things in details. And I just love learning about comic books. And yeah, Thanos fucks shit up. He really messes things up. In the comic books, he becomes one with the universe, and then somebody's trying to take his glove, so he goes back. And I think at one point in the comic book, he takes on the gods that control everything, the universe and time and everything like that. And he traps them in some kind of thing he makes with the gauntlet. That's how powerful the gauntlet is. And he really fucks shit up. But he snaps his finger, he brings everyone back. So the movies that are coming out where the characters that are already dead, they're coming out still because I think in the next movie he's going to wind up bringing everybody back anyway. Yeah, it was kind of a mess, but they leave it off hinting around that there's going to be another movie with Thanos. Captain America, well, only half of them die, so they had to leave some people in the movie to be able to, have some kind of superheroes in its characters. But in the comic book, see, Captain America and Iron Man both get killed. Like Iron Man, he gets his head knocked off, and I think Thanos just like punched his head off. And Wolverine, whenever Wolverine was coming at him, he like used his power, made him turn to like his bones were like soft and gel, like, and yeah, that's so strange. Is like in the comic book, like Iron Man just gets killed, and Adam Warlock and Silver Surfer that were in the comic book, they were the ones who had a plan to sneak in like right at the right time and then grab the glove off of Thanos' arm, while the other Avengers and the X-Men were dealing with them over here. Like Doctor Strange and Warlock were over here in space, like waiting for the right time, with Silver Surfer to go zoom in and grab the glove. Yeah, Doctor Strange saved him, even though he said he wasn't going to, and because of there was like millions of ways that they were going to lose, and they could only win by one way, like only one time won out of all the millions that he saw. So he basically, that's why he saved him, because he knew it was going to happen anyway. So he was like, "Here, take this, don't kill him." And then, but as soon as Thanos snapped his thumb, he snaps. He and killed half the population. Doctor Strange dies, which is just fucking crazy. And but he didn't have the time. He didn't have that time stone or whatever. And yeah, Spider-Man fucking vanishes. Black Panther vanishes. Man, this shit is just crazy. Scarlet Witch vanishes. The part where Black Panther vanished really kind of fucked me. I'm like, holy shit, Black Panther's dead, and Spider-Man's dead now. All these different characters. I was like, holy crap. I was kind of like, when they showed the way he used his powers from the gauntlet was pretty fucking amazing. The graphic looking wise and everything, they did a really good job. I was really impressed. I thought they were going to use kid gloves with this movie being, had Disney money behind it, being made by them. I figured they were going to go like really soft on it, but no, they actually made a really good movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really well made. It could have been a lot worse. They could have fucked it up really bad, like DC fucked up their movies. The reason why I was all over the place is because Thanos can just go in and out of anywhere anytime he wants, and kind of like Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange had that power where he could just open a fucking portal and go wherever he was able to go that he could vision. But that's what I didn't understand is if you can go anywhere, why not? Since you have that stone, why not just go take everybody, go back to Earth after? I know their plan was to take the fight to Thanos, but it was kind of a dumb plan because Thanos is just really overpowered as it was, and they would have had a better chance of standing against him if they would have just opened the portal and then went back to Earth, where Captain America and all the other heroes were. It was just a really good movie. Did you seen that movie? By the name, is your name whatever? Well, I don't know. Me, I was really impressed because it could have gone sideways several different ways. Like it could have been made really horrible because we all seen the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and it's just like the Transformers movies. After the first one or two, and then it just starts getting really, really bad. Um, Shit, there's a lot of movies I could think of that were really bad. The recent DC movies, that was just a cluster of fucks. I mean, I love DC and I love Marvel, but they really messed it up. I mean, the older Batman, like the last three movies of that Batman trilogy were pretty decent, pretty good. Unnecessarily, I wouldn't have picked the guy they had playing Batman. I would have went with somebody else. Like they could have used Ben Affleck instead. And if they would have made it where he was more investigative and really intelligent and had him doing martial arts, all different kinds of martial arts, I think they could have had a really badass Batman franchise. I mean, it was really good, but I just didn't care for that guy in that role. And then they also didn't have him using all these martial arts abilities that he has. I was hoping they were going to make his skin as dark as it was whenever they first showed images of Thanos, but really that didn't really affect him as a character because he was still, they represented his character really well. And maybe if he was as dark as they were going to originally do it, it might have looked weird and goofy. I understand, like, can see why they did it the way they did it, and man, I can't. I'm trying to think of any things about it that I didn't like, and usually I won't go watch a movie a second time, but that one makes me want to go watch it a second time. What I don't understand is like why people go late at night and pay more money when you can go early in the day and watch something. And you're only paying like $5. I mean, call me cheap or a Jew or whatever, but I'd rather spend like $5 than spend $11-12 going at night, and then you have to fight all that fucking traffic. That's just, to me, that's stupid. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Well, that's my thoughts on the Avengers Infinity War. It was really good. From a 1 out of 10, I would either give it a really, really high 9 or 10, because it's one of those movies just really badass. Like I wish they would make a movie about God of War, because that would be an interesting movie too. But they would have to do it right, because usually video game movies, they really screw it up. And the new God of War, even though it didn't really follow along like the older games, it was still based on like that type of mythology. Norse mythology, I think, is what it was following in this new game. And the older games, I think it was the Greek mythology. I was thinking maybe like with that version of Kratos, if I shave my hair, if I shave all my hair off and let my beard grow out, and then use red paint like he has it in that game, and have the long beard, and then just have like a leather looking type outfit like he has in that game, because my wife knows how to sew and she knows how to do that shit, so she could make me something that looks like that. Would be a really badass like Halloween costume. Who did I go as for Halloween last yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I was Batman, and then the previous year before I was Superman. Because we take our kids to go trick or treating, and we all dress up. You dressed up as Harley Quinn, and then the year before you were a witch, right? Yeah, that's right. You were a witch. It wasn't too hard for you to dress up as. Which sounds awfully similar to another word. What? You think you can make that leather looking costume that he was wearing? because it also has like it has like fur that's kind of sticking out on parts of it.
Material that's fur-like.
So you think you could sew something that looked like that?
I think I can.
I mean, like by detail.
I think I can.
You think you can? You could always look at the picture and see what you think you could do that. That would be.
Did you not win the contest twice at your job for the 2 costumes that I did do?
Yeah, but this one it has good fine stitching detail. Like you have to look at the picture of the character to see what I mean, because there's some detail in that leather. There's stitched detail in that leather of his armor that he wears on his chest. The only thing that sucks is I'm gonna have to wear like a tank top underneath it whenever I go to work costume contest. But whenever I go trick or treating, I just wear the top part with the bottom part, whatever the bottom part.
They're just Superman one.
Yeah, I know. Let me see that picture of Kratos from that game, because I want to show you which products I'm up. I don't know why I'm asking. I got my tablet right here. Let's see, look this up real quick. Okay, hold on. Everybody, hold on. Images. I think I could pull it off pretty well, because I still have like a little bit of a chub, and I've been doing sit-ups. So I think like I have that type of body. I don't have like a real skinny, lean body. So I think I could pull off like an old muscular look. So I think it would work. Yeah, that picture. Hold on. Let's see, images. Go to where images. Here. Hold on. I'm trying to find it right. Oh wait, it's at the top of the screen. Images. I don't know why I was looking down the page when I just needed to click on the top of the screen from Google Images. It's kind of dumb of me. There's a lot of different pictures of it. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Like the graphics in this game are really well done, and the story's not bad. You know, they mix the mythology really well. It's kind of different because it's no, I want to zoom in on the picture. See, like right here, if you look at this top part where his armor is, there's this part that sticks out. That's the fur. And then you have all this detail in the leather. Do you think you can make it look exactly like that? It also has buckles too. It has a buckle.
I would have to look at it and see. You know, we still got a long ways to go before October gets here.
Well,
so
yeah, I know,
it's gonna take me a while to.
That's what I'm saying. If you make it now, you could make it really well done in detail. Yeah, I think that costume would be more doable than a lot of costumes, because like if you try to do a costume like Thanos, the easy part would be like the face paint, but then you would have to come up with a way to make the chin, and his chin's really huge. They did a really well job with putting him on screen, and that what is that guy's name? Dinklage, or the short guy from Game of Thrones. He's in the movie, and he plays one of the these dwarf giants, or I forget what they said they were called, but they're the ones that Thanos kills all of them except for one, and then he turns that dude's hands into like stones. He like, or stones or something. He like changed. He does something to where he makes it impossible for him to move his hands. So he can't build anything, but he gets like the help from Thor and that raccoon, Rocket Raccoon or whatever his name is, and they help him build that weapon. But yeah, that's my thoughts about the movie. All the things I could think about it. I'm sure I'll think of other stuff later and be like, oh, I wish we had talked about that, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it gets right into it. It's right into, you think it would take a while, but no, it didn't. And it was such a good movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. And if you already watched it, and I would say watch it again. I would definitely really like to go watch it again. The movie was really good. With that, I will end this live stream. If you watched, thanks for watching. I would appreciate if I can get thumbs up or a thumb up, at least a thumb up. Thank you. Goodbye.